And start to feel really solid, heavy, connected to the earth beneath you. You can close the mouth eventually, breathing in and out through the nose. And see if you can feel the breath as you inhale, moving up the spine, back of the neck, up through the crown of the head. And then keeping all that length, feel the breath as you exhale, moving back down the spine, over the tailbone, all the way down into the earth, rooting you down. Inhale, lengthening, expanding through the rib cage. And keeping all that space as you exhale, letting go of whatever tension or negativity or fears harbored in the mind or the heart. And breathing in space and clarity. And breathing out heaviness. Bring your hands to a prayer at the heart. Feel the way your fingertips gently meet. Allow your thumb to touch the sternum and lift up, inviting the heart into the practice. And let us start together with the sound of Om 3 times. Take a deep, full inhale. Release your hands, gently blink the eyes open. So we are going to flow, but I would like to start you out on your backs in Supta Baddha Konasana, goddess pose. So let's do it without props today. So unless you need them under your knees, but don't put a prop under your back. So you're going to lie flat on your back. And then bend your knees up and let the knees open out to the side so the soles of the feet are touching. And Carolyn, can you point your camera down a little more so I can see you?
I was trying that. I really need something behind. Yeah.
Right. No worries. So I'm going to mute you guys. If you want to say anything, you just unmute yourself. No problem. It just helps to keep the background noise down.
Okay.
All right. So allow back of the body to ease into the position. If you're feeling tightness in the hips, then you can prop blankets or bolsters or blocks or pieces of furniture or whatever you have around. You can prop them underneath, high up by your thighs or way down by your knees if your hips are a little bit more open. And do what's comfortable with your arms. You might want to experiment a little bit. Is it more comfortable to have your arms down by your sides? Is it more comfortable like Kathy has her arms up in cactus with her elbows in line with her shoulders? Just play around a little bit and see where you are in your body today. If you need props or you don't need props. Notice the parts of your body that are touching the floor in your props. And notice the parts of your body that are reaching away from the floor. Maybe the arch of your lower back, that natural curve, back of your neck. And begin to deepen and lengthen the breath. Allow your belly to stay soft so that when you inhale, your belly rises, and when you exhale, it falls. And start to breathe into your belly first, and then bring the breath up into your chest and let it expand the chest. And then exhale in reverse. Let the chest relax first, and then the belly. And as you start to deepen and lengthen the breath, notice what's going on. Is your breath catching as you do this? Is it difficult to take a deep inhale? Are you able to match the length of your exhale to the inhale? Can you breathe in between all of your ribs and feel those intercostal muscles expanding and contracting? Nice, and slowly start to bring your knees back together. Separate your feet about hip width apart. Keeping the soles of the feet on the floor close to your buttocks. Start with your palms down by your sides, maybe your fingertips raise your heels, and then press down into the whole bottom of your foot. And as you inhale, slowly start to peel your lower and middle back off the mat as your arms just gently come up behind you, and the backs of the hands touch the floor. And as you exhale, very slowly come back down, one vertebrae at a time, reaching through the tailbone. And when the sacrum hits the floor, let the palms touch the floor as well. So coordinating the spine and the arms. Inhaling, wave back up. And exhale, slowly wave back down. Do this a few more times on your own with your breath, coordinating the breath with the movement. Next time your back is down on the floor, keep your palms pressed down. And as you inhale, raise the hips back up again. And either stay here with the palms pressing down, or if you want to get deeper into the shoulders, see if you can interlock your fingers and rock your shoulders a little bit farther underneath the body. And maybe press down into all four corners of your feet. Maybe you even lift your toes up to make sure that you've got that square of the foot pressing down. And press the palms down, inhale a little higher, and as you exhale, slowly lower down, one vertebrae at a time, reaching through the tailbone. When your sacrum is all the way down to the mat, separate your feet as wide as your mat. Inhale here. Exhale, drop your knees to the left side. Inhale, back up through the center. And exhale, drop the knees to the right side. Do that a couple of more times, side to side. Feel your pelvis swiveling as you do this. When you finish your next round, come back up to center. Draw the knees into your chest. Get a little squeeze, holding onto your shins. Maybe you bring your forehead up to your knees to lengthen through the back of the neck. And then start to rock forwards and back. You can hold your shins or behind your thighs, whichever feels more comfortable. And just to feel the muscles along the spine, giving a little massage as you rock forwards and back. And eventually rock up to sit, cross the ankles, and roll over onto your hands and your knees. If you have sensitive knees, you can kneel on a blanket. Line your wrists up under your shoulders, your knees up under your hips. Tuck the toes behind you. Inhale your seat back to the heels. And then nice and slowly start to lift your knees and your hips up, pressing back to downward facing dog. And take some time here. Feel the pose out. Maybe you want to bend one knee and then the other. Oh, feels so good in my hamstring. Under the arch of my foot. Oh, it feels so good. And coming back to center, give your head a little shake, yes and no. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, side out. And as you inhale, raise your right leg up behind you. Bend the knee to the sky and the heel to the opposite buttock. And if you need to bring that left knee down, you can do this next exercise with the knee down. Inhale here, lift the knee high. Exhale, draw the right knee towards the left. And then in towards your belly and your chin. And then on an inhale, rotate it up and open. Exhale it back down and through. So that one option is down on the knee. If you want to make it more difficult, you can come into plank pose when you bring the knee in. You decide what works for you. A couple more rounds. Next time your knee is in, step that foot forward between your hands. And if it didn't make it, no problem. Put your hand on your ankle and leave it there. We're going to come up into a crescent lunge. So go ahead and lift your arms up next to your ears. You're on the ball of your back foot. You can separate your feet a little bit wider if you need a little help with the balance. We're going to keep that back leg straight, reaching through the heel. Pull back through the right hip. Reach up through the fingertips, but draw the shoulder blades down the back. And as you inhale, straighten your front leg. Exhale, bend the front knee, reach through the back heel. So very small movements. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. You're going to keep that front knee bent over the ankle. We're going to make the movement even smaller, bending the back knee. So inhale here. Exhale, soften the back knee almost down to the floor. Stay low. Inhale, stretch the back leg out through the heel. Inhale, bend. Exhale, extend. Inhale, bend. Exhale, extend. One more time. Inhale, bend. Exhale, extend. Inhale the hands down. Exhale, step back, downward facing dog. Take a couple of breaths before we do the other side. If you need to rest in child's pose, knees down, sit back on the heels, release the head down to your mat. Whatever your body needs, take a couple of breaths. Notice the difference between how one side feels and the other. Take as long as you need if you're in child's pose. And when you're ready, press yourself back up to downward facing dog. Take a couple of breaths to get yourself settled again. Press down into your hands. Lift up through the sitting bones, let them separate. And again, for this next exercise, you can bring your right knee down to the floor. Inhale, reach the left leg up behind you. Exhale, knee to the sky, heel to the opposite buttock, and find your length again here. Deep inhale. Exhale, left knee comes down next to the right. And then inhale, circle it back up and open. Really feel that hip joint, that socket rotating around inside of that hip pocket. Lubricating the joint with synovial fluid. Making it safe to move deeper. After you complete your next round, bring the left knee in towards the belly and step that foot forward between your hands. And reach through the back heel and you're gonna make your way up into crescent lunge. Maybe the hands come to the thigh first. Eventually the arms are up next to the ears. Shoulder blades reaching down. And you wanna feel like you're pulling your left hip back and pressing your left hip forward. So your hips are squared towards the front of your mat. And really reach through that back heel so that back knee is lifted, that leg is activated and strong. Inhale, rise, straightening your front leg. Exhale, bend. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend. And stay low through that front knee. Inhale here. Exhale, lower the right knee almost down to the floor. Stay low. Inhale, straighten that leg. Exhale, bend. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend. One more time. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten the leg. Exhale, the hands down. Step back. Downward facing dog. Take a couple of breaths there, or rest in child's pose. Notice what your breath is doing as we start to get the blood flowing. Really feel the prana, or the energy, pulsing through your body, through the blood, through your breath, through every cell in the body. Lets us know we are alive. Take your time. When you are ready, make your way back into downward facing dog. And then slowly walk your feet forward. You want to feel all the parts of your foot as they touch the mat as you walk forward. Feel that circle around your heel. Notice how the arch doesn't touch the mat. The balls of the feet do. All the toe pads touch. When you get towards the front of your mat, keep your feet hip-width apart. Relax the head, give it a little shake. If your hands don't reach all the way down to the floor comfortably, you can rest them on blocks on any level. Or maybe you want to interlock, holding opposite elbows, and just rock a little side to side. Coming back to center, release your arms. Bend your knees very deeply so that your abdomen is lying on the thighs. Bring the arms behind you like a steer with the palms facing each other. And if you can, interlock your fingers, press the palms together. Reach the fist away from the body. Inhale here. Exhale, keep the abdomen connected to the thighs as you fold forward. Bringing the fist over the head. Inhale, bend the knees. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale, extend. Inhale, bend. Exhale. Extend, hold here. Give your head another little wiggle. Make sure you've got weight in the balls of your feet as well as the heels. Rock a little side to side so you can get a little deeper into the shoulder blades. And then soften the knees, release your hands, and keeping your chin tucked in, slowly roll up to stand. It feels really good to wiggle a little side to side as you come up to stand. And once you get up, give it a good shake. Shake out your wrists, your fingers, your ankles. And then come back to center. Keep your feet about hip-width apart. And find your Tadasana. Draw the shoulder blades down and back. Feel how the feet root down. Lift up through the kneecaps to activate your thighs. Reach up through the crown of the head. Take a deep full inhale. Open your mouth, sigh it out. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. And as you exhale, interlock your fingers and press the fingers up towards the sky. See if maybe you can get your pinkies to touch and your thumbs to touch, and then press up through the 3 middle fingers. And draw the tailbone down. Inhale here. Exhale, lean to the right side so the whole bottom of the body stays in a strong, solid position, just arching the torso. Inhale back up through the center and exhale to the opposite side. See if you can breathe in between the ribs, not just the ones expanded on top, but the ones contracted on the bottom. Inhale back to center and keep the tailbone reaching down and arch back, opening up through the chest. And let the head reach back, but keep the ears between the arms so you're not over arching the neck. Inhale back up to center. And as you exhale, let your arms float down and out by your sides as you fold forward. You can bring the hands down in front of your feet to your blocks or to your shins or your thighs or the floor. Release the head down. And pressing down into your feet. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up as you come up with a flat back, pressing the palms overhead. And exhale, swan dive forward again. Reach through the sitting bones, the crown of the head. The back moves in a single unit. One more time like that. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Coming to stand, pressing the palms overhead. And exhale, sweeping it forward. Inhale to rise, pressing the palms overhead, and we'll move through a little vinyasa now. As you exhale, fold forward. Bend your knees as much as you need to, and if you need to put blocks on the floor to bring the floor up to meet your hands, go ahead and do that. Inhale, step your right foot way back to lunge. Exhale, step your left foot back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, roll yourself forward out into a plank pose. Exhale, the knees down. And then bend your elbows straight back and bring the whole front of the body down to the mat. Point your feet. Inhale, curl the shoulders back for low cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes. Move through bent knees, downward facing dog. Hold and breathe. Looking forward. Inhale, bring your foot between your hands so it helps to rise to the ball of the back foot and draw the knee into the belly like we did earlier, and then step that foot forward. And then we're going to spring off the back toes. Inhale, step forward, left foot meets the right, lengthening through the spine, and exhale, fold into the legs. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up as you come to stand, pressing the palms overhead. And exhale, swan dive forward again for the other side. So bend the knees as much as you need to get the hands down outside your feet. Inhale, step the left foot back to lunge. Exhale, right foot back, downward facing dog. Inhale up to the balls of your feet, around your back as you come forward into plank, reaching through the heels. Exhale, the knees down, bend the elbows straight back, and bring the whole front of the body down. Point the feet. Inhale, curl the shoulders back, low cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes, move through bent knees. Downward facing dog. Hold and breathe. Looking forward, inhale, step the left foot forward between the hands. Exhale, right foot forward next to it, folding into the legs. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up, press the palms overhead. Exhale, prayer to the heart. Release the arms down by your sides. Close the eyes, take a couple of breaths, feel your blood, your breath, your pulse. We're gonna add on to that. If that was enough for you, then you do the same thing again, or you can just do the arms up and down if stepping back was too much. We're gonna add a little warrior sequence into it. Starting in Tadasana, inhale, sweep the arms out and up, press the palms overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, hands down, right foot steps back to lunge. Exhale, left foot back, downward facing dog. And from here, inhale, step the right foot forward, rotate the back heel down. We're gonna come up into warrior one, so you can come to your fingertips first. Maybe bring your hands to your front thigh, and eventually raise the arms up next to the ears, or you can press the palms together and gaze up at the thumbs. Breathe deeply, deep inhale, deep exhale. You want that right knee lined over your ankle. One more inhale. Keep your feet and legs the way they are. Just open your arms and your hips out to the side, looking over your right middle finger. So you're in warrior two. And really press into the outer edge of that back foot. Inhale, straighten your front leg, reach your torso forward as your hips move back. We're going to come into triangle, so you can bring your front hand to your shin or to a block. The left arm comes up and the palm faces in. And find the axis between your spine and your neck, so you're not looking up too much and jamming the back of the neck. Inhale, back up to stand. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, windmill your hands down. Unplug your back heel. And exhale, either step back to downward facing dog, or if you want to move through a vinyasa, step back to plank pose. You can either lower your knees, chest, chin, and come into cobra. You can bend your elbows and come all the way down to your belly, or you can hover and inhale into upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Take a couple of breaths here before we switch sides. If you need to rest in child's pose, do that. And let it go. If you're in downward dog, give your head a shake, yes and no. Take a deep inhale, open your mouth, and stick your tongue out, sigh it out. And if you're in child's pose, let yourself melt into the earth. And if you're in child's pose, take your time. Whenever you're ready, come into downward facing dog. Looking forward, inhale, step the left foot there, rotate the back heel down. Make your way up into your warrior one, however is comfortable for you. Slowly you're sweeping the arms out and up. Shoulder blades move down and back. One more inhale, exhale, stay low, open your arms and hips out to the side. Gaze over that left middle finger into infinity. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Reach left as your hips tuck right as far as you can, and then find your triangle, whatever you need to do that. Props, Your leg, just don't press down on your knee. And pressing down into the feet, inhale to rise. Exhale, bend your front knee back to warrior two. Inhale, windmill your hands down, unplug your back heel. And again, yogi's choice. If you step back to downward dog, or you move through a vinyasa of your choice. Whichever you choose, let's everybody come rest in child's pose. Bring your knees down, point the feet, sit back on your heels. Reach the forehead down to the floor or to a prop. With the arms being long by your side, with the palms facing up. So your breath should be nice and deep now. Feel it flowing all the way out to your extremities, your fingers and toes. And slowly roll yourself back up to sit on the heels. And let's come into Virasana, which is going to be our pose of the month, Hero's Pose. So you can start by coming forward on your hands and your knees, and let your knees touch, bring them close in, and then you can separate your feet just wide enough to sit down between them. So you're probably going to want a block or a couple of blocks or a pillow. So you don't want any strain in the knees. So sit up as high as you need to avoid that strain in the knees. And if you need to keep the knees a little bit apart, that's fine too. And want your feet only wide enough for you to sit down between them. So you don't want them splayed as wide as your mat. And you can take your hands and lift the kneecap up and let the skin just slide out from underneath. And then you can take your thumbs into your inner heels and press out a little bit, out and back. And then rest your hands however is comfortable. Feel the tailbone reaching down so your sacrum gets flat. And reach up through the crown of your head. Hold there. You can close your eyes if you'd like. Hold a couple of minutes, so make sure you're comfortable. And bring your awareness to your breath. I chose this as the pose of the month for May because the word hero is what we've been using for all of our health professionals on the front line and other people who are really devoting themselves to helping others during this difficult time for everyone. And know that each one of us staying home is also contributing to this effort. So there's heroism in that. Doing your yoga practice on a regular basis is a huge heroic effort. As much as we can keep ourselves calm, then we're able to spread that calm energy out to others rather than inciting more fear and panic. So feel your own energy, feel your own power in this pose. Gently open the eyes and come out of the pose slowly. Come back onto your hands and your knees. Move your props out of the way. And find some generic movement, whatever your body is saying it needs to recover from here. So I always feel like the fronts of my ankles need to be released. So I tuck my toes, I press back through my heels. I like to reach one leg back and press through the heel with my toes on the floor and give a couple of little bounces there, or move forward and back, but your body might feel different than mine. Maybe you feel it in your knees or your hips. So just explore what will help you release from holding that pose. And when you feel complete, we're going to come back to sit. So if you can cross your ankles and roll behind them, go ahead. If not, come into it however you can. And I'm going to come into down the angle pose, Baddha Konasana. So just like we did on the floor starting out, except we're going to sit up this time. So soles of the feet together, knees apart. If you need to sit up on something, if you feel like you're slumping back, then stick a blanket or something under the backs of your buttock. And hold your ankles, give a little butterfly wiggle to release those hips. And then take your hands and open your feet like a book. So you want your thumbs into the balls of your feet, your fingertips on top, and then open them up so the outer edges of the feet are like the spine of the book. And then lift up out of your lower back, wrap your arms around your chest, and the shoulder blades are moving together. And inhale here, lift tall, and you can either stay vertical or you can slowly take it forward with a flat spine. So resist the temptation to round and only come as far as you can with a flat back. You want to feel you're pressing into the outer edges of your feet, lifting out of your lower back and lifting through the crown of the head. And let an inhale bring you back up to sit. Use your hands to bring your knees together. And then separate your feet as wide as your hips again. Make sure you don't step on your cat. And then bring your hands behind you, shoulder width apart with your fingers facing forward. Wrap the shoulder blades back. And then as you inhale, raise your pelvis up. See if you can get it higher than your knees. Press all the parts of the foot down. You can either keep your chin tucked in, or if you don't have any issues in the neck, you can release the head back and open up through the throat. Make sure you're not holding your breath. Inhale a little higher. Exhale the seat back down. Stretch your legs out in front of you. We're going to come into a forward fold. So you can sit up on a blanket or you can use the hands to pull the flesh out from behind you. And then start with the palms pressing down into the earth by your hips. Flex the feet so the toes are pointing towards the sky. So very active legs like Tadasana. The kneecaps are lifting up. And then go ahead and lift your arms up. Inhale, lift out of the lower back, lift through the center of the chest. And as you exhale, hinge at the hips and come only as far forward as you can with a straight back. And once you've come as far as you can keep your arms lifted and long, or you can release your Hands down to the mat, or belt if you have one, or outer edges of the feet. Just avoid, again, rounding forward. Breathe. Inhale, reach forward and up. And exhale, prayer to the heart. If you are not near the front of your mat, then go ahead and shimmy forward to the front of your mat. And have a block or a pillow or a blanket handy. And if you don't have one, don't worry about it. We can do it without it. Reach your arms forward, tuck your shoulder blades back, and then as slowly as you can, come to release down onto the back using your abdominal muscles. Once you are all the way down, bend the knees so the soles of the feet are on the floor behind your buttocks. And if you have a prop, you can lift the hips up, bring the prop under the sacrum, so the bone way at the bottom of the spine. Make sure it's not in the curvy part. And then press the palms down and reach the legs up. If you don't have a prop, no problem. Just lie with your lower back on the floor and your legs up. And if you prefer to do that up against the wall, that's fine too. Breathe there. Carolyn's dog just did a really excellent downward facing dog. And now he's resting and helping her. He's doing the pose now. He's got his legs up on his back. Notice where the energy goes when you've got the legs elevated. Where do you feel it? To come out of the position, bend your knees, bring the soles of the feet back down to the floor, and press down into your feet to lift your hips up off your prop. Release down onto the back. Draw the knees into the chest. Give yourself a squeeze there. Rock a little side to side or make circles with your knees on the ceiling, both directions. Coming back to center, if you feel you need to make any final movements before you come into Shavasana, go ahead and take a moment to do that. And when you are ready, no rush, take your time. Make yourself as comfortable as possible. You might want to prop something up under the backs of your knees. Or put a small, thin layer of blanket or pillow under the back of your skull. If you're chilly, cover up. And take a deep, full inhale. Open your mouth and sigh it out. Do that a few more times. Let go of all of the pent up energy or anxiety or tension you were storing in your physical body. And squeeze it out just like a sponge. Eventually you can close your mouth, but keep your lips loose. Maybe they're a little bit separated. And let your breath come back to its natural rhythm. You can give up the effort of controlling the breath. Allow the whole body to sink heavily into the earth beneath you. See if you can loosen your grip, all of the joints and the muscles. And we want the body to be heavy, but also soft, malleable. And keep your awareness in the physical body as you rest. Notice any sensations. Maybe your belly feels warm, or your ankles are vibrating, or you can feel your hair growing. Whatever it is, just notice. Begin to deepen your breath. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Rock your head gently from side to side. Reach your arms overhead and take a long stretch from your fingertips all the way to your toes. Draw the knees into the chest and roll over to your right side, resting there for a breath or two. Use your hands for support as you come back up to a seated position. We'll take just a minute of meditation, but be comfortable. If you want to sit up in a chair or with your back against the wall, that's fine. Maybe you want to sit up on a blanket. Find a comfortable position, shoulder blades together, tops of the shoulders relaxed. Let your hands fall however it is comfortable for you. Once you're situated, close the eyes, elongate the spine, keep the breath natural and neutral. Draw your awareness to the center of your chest, to your heart chakra or center. Notice the swirling energy or vibration or pulsation you may feel from all the energy you created with your practice. And keep your awareness in that sensation just for the next minute. And if you don't feel anything there, that's fine. Just keep your mind circulating right in that area. If anything distracts you, no problem. Just notice, let it go. Come back to the heart. Bring the hands to a prayer at the heart. Let the thumbs touch the sternum. Let us share all the energy we created today, sending it out on the waves of our own voice, chanting Om together 3 times to close. Take a deep inhale. Light in me honors the light in each of you. Namaste.